So here we continue with the topic steps of photosynthesis. The three steps of photosynthesis, in which the first step is absorption of light energy. Now absorption of light energy refers to sunlight. Here light energy refers to light energy which receive from sunlight. So this sunlight absorbed by chlorophyll. Absorption of light energy, that is the absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. This chlorophyll is pigment which is essential for the process of photosynthesis. There are different type of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll C, xanthophyll, carotenoid, several pigments are there present in plant. So chlorophyll is the basic pigment and which provide green color to leaves. And chlorophyll absorb light energy, that is the sunlight. Second, conversion of light energy. Light energy converts into chemical energy. Now light energy converts into chemical energy. Chemical energy means in form of ATP. Light energy converts into chemical energy and that chemical energy remain in form of ATP. With this process, in the second step, there are two processes continuously or simultaneously takes place. First is light energy convert into chemical energy, that is the light energy converts into ATP. Side by side, splitting of water. Splitting of water takes place. Now, splitting of water, this process is also called as photolysis. Photolysis. What is photolysis? Photo means light. Because of presence of light energy, water splits. Lysis means breaking or splitting. So water splits in presence of light. So how this water splits in presence of light? In presence of light, it releases molecular oxygen which we receive as a byproduct of the process of photosynthesis with electron and proton. With electron and proton. In this way, water splits to release oxygen, free molecular oxygen, electron and proton. That is the second step. And third step is called as reduction of carbon dioxide. Reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate. So this reduction process takes place because of accumulation of proton, and this ATP energy is utilized for the process of reduction of carbon dioxide, where carbon dioxide reduced to give carbohydrates. So these are the three steps, several steps of photosynthesis. Absorption of light energy by chlorophyll pigment. Light energy converts into chemical energy in form of ATP, it remains and stored. Splitting of water called as photolysis, where water splits to release oxygen, electron and proton, and reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrate because of by utilizing ATP as well as proton. So this is the steps of photosynthesis. Here the term chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is a pigment. Now where this chlorophyll is present? Chlorophyll is present in chloroplast. Now what is chloroplast? What is chloroplast? Chloroplast is one of the organelle present in plant cell. And inside this chloroplast pigment, chlorophyll is present. The structure of chloroplast is such a rounded structure. You have studied in earlier classes. Chloroplast is one of the organelle in plant cell. Inside this chloroplast. Chloroplast is double layer, double membrane bound structure, double membrane. It has two membranes. Chloroplast is filled with matrix material, and this matrix material is commonly called as stroma. Chloroplast is filled with material called as stroma. This is stroma. These are the two membranes of chloroplast, outer and inner membrane. Inside chloroplast, disc-like structure is present. Inside chloroplast, disc-like structure is present. And this disc-like structure remain one or arranged in a one over another in a pattern of piles like this. This disc-like structure is called as thylakoid. This is called as thylakoid. Single one. This is called as thylakoid. And the bunch, thylakoid one above other, this bunch, this is called as grana. It is called as grana. And inside these thylakoid, chlorophyll is present. Where chlorophyll remain present, this is the structure of organelle chloroplast. This is chloroplast. Inside chloroplast, where this chloroplast is present, this chloroplast is already present in one of the cell of a plant. It is present in cell. Chloroplast, what is chloroplast is? Chloroplast is organelle. It is a cell organelle. Chloroplast is present in cell like mitochondria and all other thing. Chloroplast is also one of the organelle. And this is the structure of chloroplast. And inside chloroplast, this thylakoid, disc-like structure thylakoid is present. And inside thylakoid, chlorophyll is present. Bunch of thylakoid, one above the other, it is placed. That is called as grana. And these thylakoids are attached with each other with the help of lamellae. This is called as lamellae. And these lamellae are totally embedded, submerged, embedded in stroma. And that's why this structure is also called as stroma lamellae. It is called as stroma lamellae. So chloroplast is one of the organelle which is present in plant cell. Inside chloroplast, pigment chlorophyll is present, and these chlorophyll absorb light energy. Whatever sunlight falls, this light energy is absorbed by this chlorophyll pigment, and these chlorophyll pigment, after absorption of this energy, convert this energy into ATP. This ATP remain here. Now stroma, inside stroma water is there. So these water splits and convert into hydrogen and oxygen. So these hydrogen from high concentration. Here the concentration of hydrogen is more in stroma. So this hydrogen moves from high concentration to low concentration, and as a result CO2 is absorbed by this membrane and CO2 enters in this structure, and as a result the process of reduction of carbon dioxide takes place in presence of electron. Here electron is also released during the process, as well as protons are also present. Carbon dioxide is also present, ATP is also present, and this process takes place in stroma and give rise to carbohydrate. In this way, process of photosynthesis takes place in chloroplast. Now, where this chloroplast is present? As we say, chloroplast is present in the plant cell. So, plant cell, what about the plant cell? Plant cell means all the cells where green color pigments are present. Generally, we find out in structure of leaves. On the structure of leaf, we find out green color. Leaves are generally green in color, and we can take the structure or section of leaf to study the structure of chloroplast. So, if we take cross section of leaf, this is the cross section of leaf. This layer is called as the cuticle. This is the, here cuticle is here. This is upper and lower epidermis surrounded by layer called as cuticle. In between bean shaped structure like guard cell we find out stomata are. So this layer is called as the upper cuticle. This is upper cuticle. This layer is called as lower cuticle. This is upper epidermis. Dermal layer is called as epidermis. This is lower epidermis. Inside this, there are different cells, and these cells are mesophytic cells. These are the mesophyll. These cells are mesophyll cell. And these mesophyll cells are of two types. There are two types of mesophyll cells. Some are elongated, that is called as palisade. Palisade mesophyll cell. Elongated mesophyll cell called as palisade mesophyll cell. And some are two type of mesophyll, other are rounded. We used to call as spongy mesophyll cell. Rounded cell are called as spongy mesophyll cell. These are rounded one are spongy mesophyll cell. Now inside this mesophyll cell, two type of mesophyll, elongated one are palisade and rounded one are spongy. It is not necessary that in each and every leaf both type of mesophyll cells are present. Some leaves are having only one type of cell, that is elongated one, that is the palisade. Some are having only spongy. Some plants are those such a type of plants that leaf is having organization of both type of mesophyll cell. And in these mesophyll cell, such structure, flattened structure, disc-like structure is there, which is called as chloroplast. This chloroplast is present here in these cells. So this is the chloroplast. And inside this chloroplast, pigment chlorophyll is present. Here, this area between cell, inside cell some space is there. This space is called as air space. This space is called as air space or air chambers. So whatever the gases CO2 and O2 release, these gases diffuse and store here in these spaces, in these chambers. And this is the stomatal opening. This is stomatal pore or stomatal opening. These two structure bean shaped, they are the guard cell. Guard cell and stomatal pore together form stomatal apertures. So in this way, this is the guard cell, this is the stomatal pore. Chloroplast is present in spongy mesophyll cell as well as palisade mesophyll cell. And air chamber are useful to store gases, that is whatever process of photosynthesis takes place, by the time CO2 release, so that O2 supposed to be accumulate here. When stomata opens, stomata has tendency to get open and close. How they open and close we will see afterwards. So stomata, when they open, some amount of CO2 enters through stomata. So these CO2 stores in the air spaces, and from here this CO2 by simple process of diffusion enters in the cell. Same, whatever cell synthesize O2, this O2 by simple process of diffusion comes and accumulate in the air chamber. And afterwards, as soon as the stomata opens, this exchange of gases takes place. That is, CO2 comes in and O2 goes out through the same path. So this is the TS section of leaf. In this TS section of leaf, what we have studied? We have studied section or leaf is covered from both the sides with the help of epidermis. Above epidermis, cuticle. What is the role of cuticle? Cuticle is sticky in nature and protect leaf or prevent the innermost part from excess loss of water, so that water should not loss from epidermal cell. The role of epidermal cell is the protective in nature. They protect the inner part of the leaf. Internal part is the very crucial one and important one, made up of or filled with mesophyll cell, mesophytic cell, might be spongy or palisade. And inside this mesophyll cell, chloroplast is there. So mesophyll cell or chloroplast is called the site of photosynthesis. Role of chloroplast is it provides site for photosynthesis. Air space is present which help for accumulation of gases, that is CO2 and O2. Stomata help for exchange of gases. During opening of stomata, gases can exchange. Another role of stomata is also stomata help for the process of transpiration. That is, an excess amount of water accumulate inside the leaf. By the time this water has to come out through stomatal pore only. So stomata is useful for two functions. There are two significance or important role of stomata. So after this we will see the structure of stomata. So the first role of stomata is transpiration. Transpiration means loss of water. Excess amount of water has to be removed or evaporate from leaf. That is called as transpiration. So first stomata help for the process of transpiration, and second function of stomata is for exchange of gases. So we will see for the structure of stomata. What is the structure? How the structure of stomata is? Stomata is made up of two cells, that is the bean-shaped cell called as guard cell. So these guard cells are filled with, inside guard cell also chloroplast is there. These are the chloroplast with nucleus. Each cell is having nucleus. So here one nucleus is there. One cell is of nucleus. Guard cell having showing one cell of nucleus. Centrally placed one vacuole is present in guard cell. So this is the guard cell. These are chloroplast present in guard cell. This is the nucleus of guard cell. This is the vacuole of cell, and this inner part is called as the stomatal opening or stomatal pore. So this condition, when these guard cell are swollen means these are the muscular elasticity is there in this wall. These walls are thick little bit but attached with the filaments. Some filaments are attached here, and as a result they are having lot of elasticity. As soon as water enters in, this guard cell get turgid, and as they become turgid, immediately they swollen up. And as a result of swelling of guard cell, these guard cell like this, as soon as water enters in, they get swollen, and as soon as they get swollen, there is a central pore or opening which we used to call stomatal pore. When this stomatal pore open, now water used to diffuse. So when pore open, by the time also some of the water diffuses and come in the pore. So this water which enters in the pore, that water has to be removed or comes out. And this process is called as transpiration. Here water evaporates. The process is called as transpiration. And as soon as water comes out, cell get shrink. These guard cells get shrink. And once they get shrink, means the pore get close. They get shrink. They get swollen, so pore get open. As soon as they get shrink, the pore get close. So this is the closed stomata and this is the open stomata. Stomata cannot remain open throughout the time, 24 hours. Why? to prevent loss of water. Otherwise, water will evaporate like anything. So, stomata remain closed in between. When lot much water is accumulated inside the cell, automatically cell change the shape or structure and pore get open. As pore get open, immediately water loses, that is the evaporate, and by the time of opening of pore only, CO2 and O2 exchange also takes place. As soon as pore open, CO2 comes in and O2 goes out from the cell. In this way, exchange of gases as well as process of transpiration both are controlled by guard cell. To prevent excess loss of water, guard cell come close and stomatal pore get closed. That stomata is responsible for transpiration and exchange of gases. These are the two significance of stomata. And this is the structure of stomata. What is the significance of photosynthesis? Significance of photosynthesis. What do you feel? What is the significance? Each and every process has some its own importance. So what is the significance of photosynthesis? Significance of photosynthesis. What is the significance of photosynthesis? Two significance are there. First significance, it provide food to whole biological world. Provides food to whole biological world. This is the first significance. Whatever the living or whatever may be living organism present on earth, that is though it is autotrophs or heterotrophs, doesn't matter. Autotrophs, of course, they are getting nourishment and food and nutrition from photosynthesis. Heterotroph, if we talk about heterotrophs, then heterotrophs are also somewhere directly or indirectly depends on plants. Herbivores totally depends on plant. Carnivore and omnivores, they are directly or indirectly depend on plant only. So, the basic purpose or basic significance of photosynthesis, that it provide food to whole biological world, and second, it helps to maintain balance between environmental O2 and CO2. Whatever the percentage of O2 and CO2 is present in environment, to maintain the balance between O2 and CO2, because process of photosynthesis only help for releasing O2 in environment, and whatever carbon dioxide is present in environment, that carbon dioxide has been absorbed or utilized by photosynthesis only. So photosynthesis help for maintaining balance between the two important gases in environment, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide. So these are the two advantages or two significance of photosynthesis. So here in this topic of photosynthesis, we have to remember three steps of photosynthesis. That is one of the most important part. Then section of leaf, structure of stomata, closed and open stomata, function of stomata, two important basic functions of stomata, significance of photosynthesis, then difference between chlorophyll and chloroplast. Don't get confused in between. Chlorophyll is a pigment and chloroplast is organelle. Chlorophyll is called as photosynthetic pigment and chloroplast is called as photosynthetic organelle. Organelle responsible for photosynthesis chloroplast, organelle responsible pigment responsible for photosynthesis is chlorophyll. In the process of photosynthesis, as a byproduct, we are getting molecular oxygen, free molecular oxygen. So which component or which raw material gives oxygen? CO2 or H2O? Which material give us oxygen? We get oxygen from water. Splitting of water release molecular oxygen. CO2 never gives molecular oxygen. CO2 reduce into carbohydrate. It converts into carbs, and free molecular oxygen we are getting from breaking or splitting of water. So this is all about the process of photosynthesis, and in this way the process of photosynthesis carried out in plant for synthesizing their own food material. The next topic related with this nutrition part. One is the autotrophic mode of nutrition, in which we study the photosynthesis, and another part is heterotrophic mode of nutrition, in which organism depends on other material or other living thing for their food. So that part we continue in the next class.